We have inalienable rights anyway, right? Those aren't given to us. We don't have constitutional rights. We have inalienable rights. Those are the rights that John Locke called the natural rights, the rights that were placed in our bodies at the moment of our creation and apply to all men and women who were born, who were created. And William Blackstone went on to further qualify those as the absolute rights. That's what Blackstone called them. And he said the absolute rights, and among those were life, liberty, and property, according to John Locke. And Blackstone said the absolute rights were those rights which men enjoyed, and he meant men and women, by the way, which men enjoyed whether they live in a society or not. Those are just rights you have because you were created a free and independent being, according to Article 1, Section 1 of the California Constitution. You were created an independent being, and as such, you enjoy certain inalienable rights. And in the federal Constitution, it said, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men were created equally, and that they were endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among those life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what are the inalienables? That's what Blackstone called the absolute rights, rights that you enjoy whether you live in a hole in the ground on the side of the Rocky Mountains and you never see a government official or anybody else in your entire life, or whether you live here in Redding, California. You have the right to life. You were created, and your life was a gift from your Creator. And these concepts are very important, and I don't care whether you're a Christian or not. I really don't. These things are just the truth. And I can prove them. I can prove these concepts in 10,000 documents, 10,000 letters, 10,000 speeches, and 10,000 books written by the people who founded this country. These are the principles upon which our government was founded. And whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not is not my business. That's not a pill I'm selling. I believe it myself. But it is the truth that our nation was created upon Christian principles. In fact, our state was created upon Christian principles, and I'll prove that in a minute too. So these rights that we enjoy, the inalienable rights, are your right to life. That's yours. It was a gift from your Creator. And so you have the right to protect that life, don't you? Because what good is your life if you can't protect it? And I don't care if you live here in town or in a hole in the side of a mountain. If someone came to take your life, you would naturally, natural right, defend that life, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just the instinct for survival that all creatures who were created by our God enjoy. You have the right to property. Whether you live in a hole in the side of the hill and you gathered some rocks and you use those rocks to make a fire or pound out animal skins or crush potatoes or whatever you do, how would it work if you came home to your hole in the ground every night and your rocks were gone? It would be pretty hard to survive. And so you have the right to that property, and by that right, you have the right to defend that property because it wouldn't work otherwise. You wouldn't survive otherwise. And you have that right without anyone telling you that's okay. You have that right in spite of a government who tries to deny you that right. That is a Creator's gift to you. You have the right to your thoughts and to your speech. You can stand on the side of the mountain where your hole in the ground is, and you can sing the heck with the government, and you can sing whatever you want and say whatever you want. Now, in society, that right has to be tempered because you can't say fire in a crowded theater because that would cause your neighbors maybe to lose their life in the stampede toward the exit. So freedom and liberty are a little bit different, right? Liberty is freedom with responsibility and with morality, and we have to temper those things. And when we live in society, we delegate certain powers to government so that we can protect the inalienable liberties we hold most dear. Now, in the hole in the side of the ground, you can obviously say or do whatever you want, go wherever you want, be whomever you want. You can be whatever it is you wish to be. And you should be able to do that same thing in society. Those are your inalienable rights. And as John Locke said, life, liberty, and property, and then Samuel Adams added later, together with the means to defend those as best we can. Those things are without question. I don't care what the Constitution says. I don't care what the government thinks. I don't care what they do. And by the way, I'm a reserve deputy sheriff, so I do care about the law. But the inalienable rights are just that. They are those that are above law. They are those that do not depend on anyone's permission. However, if you fail to exercise liberty, liberty's lost.